Well, Remount is a community program that gets people back in the saddle. I mean, it's a way of saying thank you to veterans and current serving members of Australian military for what they've sacrificed, what they've been through. We love giving them an experience that they really enjoy, and it teaches them new skills. We have Australian stock horses here. We get people in the saddle, and even if they've never ridden, we teach them how to muster cattle. At the same time, we give them great hospitality and good food and look after them and just acknowledge their contribution to our nation. So this week we've had Steve Hart here, who's a great Australian horse trainer and camp drafter. He coaches internationally. He's given his time to come today and really raise the skills to another level.
Well, Steve Hart, his reputation is there, Australia-wide, and in fact, overseas as well. And that was phenomenal. After a few days of mustering, Steve fine-tuned what we're doing.
Fantastic, best thing I've ever done. Steve Hart's amazing. Taught me, obviously, I had bad habits, but has shown the correct ways in many different ways to be able to provide me with the ability to be a better horseman.
I think some of the magic about Remount is through the horsemanship itself, and a lot of what you learn about working with horses you can apply to your life as well, and what I find to be most rewarding.
These guys come and people, especially that have never been on a horse, to give them the confidence to even walk in to a paddock or an arena with a horse, and then to give them the confidence to get on, to give them the confidence to walk forward, and then after the 2 or 3 hours, we're off riding out into the open paddocks.
You come here very anxious and apprehensive, but it's like you're enveloped in love and care.
The real power of Remount comes from the team.
I have a team of volunteers that help me, so we're all called the Ringers. So we provide all the food, breakfast, lunch, dinner, morning tea, afternoon tea, everything in between.
So basically I do whatever needs to be done to help the program each day, and it can be anything from holding horses to washing stock to whatever needs to be done.
We help them feel at ease very quickly, and it just goes from there. What makes it so successful is all our volunteers. We could not do it without them, and we have so much fun. Yeah, so the volunteers are brilliant.
They're just genuine, sincere people who want to give back and make you feel wonderful and make you understand that people do care and the community does care. So, yes.
So while we call it horsemanship programs, it's actually the whole thing that we provide.
That team delivers a lovely outcome for people because above all, they're just very generous in their spirit and they give a lot of themselves to be part of Remount.
So this week was all about marking calves. So a lot of cattle work, so mustering cows and calves. It's a busy time of the year. We muster all the cattle back up to the cattle yards. Mothers and calves have got to be drafted, calves marked, and then cattle taken away again. So the Remount team have helped considerably with the workload this week.
Best thing about being out here at Cavan is that it's actually a real job. It's a working property. We're mustering cattle for a reason. You can set these kinds of tasks up to simulate, but the fact is that we're out here mustering cattle on a real working property for a purpose, being the spring calf muster. And I think something a lot of veterans miss when they're no longer in the service, particularly if they've been broken or medically discharged, is don't have a purpose anymore, and they don't have an opportunity for personal growth. And out here, we were given a job to do. It was over several days. It was a challenging environment. We had challenging weather. It was doing something that we really had no idea about how to do at the start of the week. But we all got together. We all learned. We all grew individually and as a small team, and we got the job done, and that provided such a huge sense of satisfaction and achievement to be able to do something like that and get the job done at the end of the day.
By the end of today, you could see distinct signs of improvement with the way that they're sitting on their horse, their confidence around their riding. It's been great, yeah.
So, part of the magic of Remount is forming a bond with an animal that in most cases people have not met before or experienced. And when they do, and they work with that animal to then go and do a task or a job or experience some lovely countryside, the real power that they get out of that relationship, it's very hard to describe.
The healing comes from these horses. They are such a beautiful, kind, caring animal. The bond, the friendship, you can just see it just forms over the days that they're here, and it's just a wonderful experience.
A lot of horsemanship is in your head. It's not just about where you put your hands, where you put your feet, but it's also about what's going on in your head. And when all of that comes together, you can just see how that partnership just develops and blossoms.
Stop worrying about their problems and start thinking about, how to look after the horse and how to get on with the horse, how to communicate with the horse. It's very important, yeah.
This week has been nothing short of magnificent, nothing short of simply magnificent. Surrounded by some wonderful people with wonderful atmosphere, wonderful horses, and a great program.
It's been fantastic having that sense of group belonging, being part of a team again, being able to get out and do things that I didn't even think were possible, and it's just been the most amazing experience. I can't thank you guys enough for inviting me along.
What you guys do gives us the opportunity to better ourselves, so thank you very much.
To have somebody say to you, you've actually saved my life. I don't know I've never felt any feeling like it. For me, it just makes me want to do this more.
The feedback that we get about Remount, that's what keeps us going. Yeah, because we have so many amazing stories of people changing their lives, voices stopping in their head, and we talk about this concept of our Remount family. Everyone who comes becomes part of the Remount family, and our family is growing.